I'm going to do this fast because Tim is a past Lamplighter Award winner. Entrepreneur of the Year was a trainer for motivational speaker Tony Robbins, and he's considered the recruiter for our club. For me, Carmelo is. His off-the-cuff speech requires you, the audience, you didn't know who you were, to give me as Toastmaster 5 subjects. Tim randomly selects 1 or more of the 5 and speak on those subjects. Speech title, go.
Give me a prompt. Give me a subject. Marriage.
Your favorite vacation.
Yes.
Motivation.
Valentine's Day.
Bike riding.
Best day of his life.
Politics.
Religion.
Theory of relativity.
Y'all soon Tim can
There
hear.
you go. There you go.
Well, good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Good morning. They gave me my badge back. You know, you go on 2 years and you get your badge back. Isn't that nice? You know, one of the problems we have in Toastmasters, especially when we began, I'm sure you all agree, I have to have my notes. Right? Right. Because you just don't have the confidence in trying to remember what your speech is about. But does this occur? Every time you read the first 2 lines, you don't use the notes again? You don't even look at them because you can go with it. So the idea is that you can speak off the cuff, as they say, or pocket speech. So what I'm going to do today, and this is going to be win, lose, or draw. We'll see what happens. So of the 5 subjects they gave here, wow, what am I going to pick? I'm going to leave death one out, and I'm going to leave politics out, so that narrows it down to marriage. Okay, I can talk about marriage. I was married twice. My first wife, all 4'11" over, 99 pounds. That wasn't a good marriage. That didn't work out. I divorced her because she didn't support me. She said she would, she committed to it, and then she turned her back, and she did it 4 or 5 times, to the point where we weren't even talking. She wouldn't go so we could meet with a counselor and talk about it. What do you do? What do you do with a situation like that? You don't. So I went through divorce. I'm living here in Longwood by myself. I didn't know anybody in town except one person. And what she was beautiful too. Kind of went from the frying pan to the fire, right? And the thing was is that when I did meet 2 years after that, my second wife, Laurel, who passed away in 2013. The most incredible woman I've ever met in my life. Now here's a woman that had her first child when she was 16 years old, long before I met her, of course. And she had 4 more after that. So I'm dating her for 2 years, and my friend said, "You're going to ask her to marry you?" What are you, nuts? What are you, crazy? She's got 5 kids. I said, yeah, but remember when I came back from Nam, my mom had 6 kids at home, my brothers and sisters. All of them were preteens, or one just ready for college. So I had already been through that rehearsal, so I knew what to do. But Laura was very creative. Some of you know I was an Elvis impersonator. Guess who made this costume? She did. And she got so good at it, you couldn't tell the difference between his and the one she made. The greatest gift I ever gave her on Valentine's Day was a gift certificate to Corelli, so she could sculpture. And she did learn to sculpture. And she did some beautiful work. That's one thing she did. She could put together a party, because she'd been a waitress for many years, put together a party that was flawless, every single detail. And then when I started Tidy Maid, we were dating, and she said, let's, I said, we can't, somebody didn't show up, somebody didn't show up. I had one team at the time. And she said, well, I'll go. I said, no. Working together and dating, that doesn't work. She said, well, I need the money. He's not paying his child support. I said, all right, just one time. Well, that one time turned into 25 years of marriage for us and working together 24/7. We were together almost every single day. We didn't even have an argument until the 6th year, and it was very small. Both of us are not competitive at all. So that worked out really well. Very positive about when I was doing the show. My first wife, when I was just doing regular music, she'd say, "Oh, you got to get your rupees." No, I don't think that way. My second wife said, "Yeah, let's do Elvis." It wasn't my idea; it was hers. She heard me singing in a car. Well, she met me where I was singing at Freddy's Steakhouse, and so when we started dating, then we were invited to this Halloween party, and she said, "Why don't you go as Elvis?" I said, "Elvis? I do John Denver, the Beatles, and the Eagles." She said, "Yeah, but you have the range." I did. I have almost 4 octaves. And I said, "I don't think so." She said, "I'll make the jumpsuit." Well, that's it. I jumped right in, right? So what happens is, I did a recording of all the songs. I didn't have any. I wasn't that big a fan at the time. And I just sang along with them in the car. And then eventually I got a machine called the Thompson Vocal Eliminator, which took the lead voice off of a recording, which today we would call it karaoke. Karaoke voice is much better. And then I sang along with that, and then I went to a recording studio called White House, downtown Orlando. We played the recording of the background music, I sang with it, and then we played it back, and I said, wow, that's pretty close. So I went to the Halloween party, we won first place, and I only had to do 3 concerts that night. They kept on hearing it over and over and over again. So it was a great night, and all of this comes down to one person, Ricke. Laurel Marie Ricke. What a gal. I miss her. She had so much brought to my life, completely different than my first marriage. And she got hooked on Oxy, but you know what? She turned her life around and got off of that stuff. I was so proud of her. Doctor said, yeah, this is a good painkiller. Yeah, it'll kill you too. So she came a long way, and I wish she was still here, but she's not. And I miss her. So this is a little privilege to her. So marriage can be good, but you got to work at it. You got to communicate. We always did. First one, that didn't work so well. So the whole thing about marriage is to communicate. And I hope you understand that you don't need notes to do this. These are stories. That's what Toastmasters and speaking is about. It's about stories. You can't remember a story? Now, it's an emotional event in your life. You're definitely going to remember the story. Remember Jeff talking about one time when he lost his ex-officer, executive officer in Korea, and how he relived that in front of us, because it was easy. He didn't forget that. He couldn't. So it's important that you remember to put emotion in there, your senses involved in your speaking, and your writings. As a writer of a few books now, you put those things in there, then you'll know what the best of the times and the worst of the times are.
Oh, very good.